Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So in this video we're going to ask ourselves a simple question, and that is Necromancy Runecrafting still profit? And is it the best profit to be doing in Runescape 3 at the minute, better than your standard runecrafting? And should Necromancy Runecrafting be the method you do for 120, 99 and profit in general? So just going to check a couple prices here and then get some stuff for the runecrafting, and then we'll get off and do a little bit of runecrafting and see how we get on. So the first thing to check is the price of the essence. Now this was massively fluctuating at one point, whereas now it's pretty much settled at a price. So if we check that, so 320 is pretty good for an impure essence, and actually not too bad of a flip depending on how much you can buy. Yeah, 750k, so we're going to buy a couple K, so we'll instant buy ours. So we're going to buy ours 350. So the runes which you can do, first one is a spirit rune, and this is kind of like your version of an air, the normal version of an air rune. So a spirit rune is going to be a price of 230. A bone rune, flesh rune is the next one, and then finally the miasma rune. Now the most important question to ask yourself first, if you decide to do some of this runecrafting, is what is best with your level. With multipliers, the multiplier and the level you can do, because of how runecrafting works with multipliers and being able to make multiple runes at a point, you could be better to make a lower tiered rune with a multiplier than a higher tier rune at all. So for me at 99, it could be the case spirit rune is the best thing for me to make, rather than 3 times a bone rune or just one single miasma rune. It just depends. So what you need to work out is how much you're making per essence with the best multipliers you've got. And that's something you need to do when you work out your runecrafting level, and that's including if you're going to be using a runecrafting potion to sort of increase your level. It might actually be worth buying runecrafting potions, so like in this case, level 66, or if you're between 66 and 77, a runecrafting potion might mean you can craft an extra spirit rune per run, and it can be beneficial. So again, you need to ask with what runecrafting level you've got, what is the best rune for you to craft for profit or XP, and weigh that out as well. So going through here at level 99, so all the stuff I'm going to do is based off level 99. I can do 10 spirit runes per essence, which go to multiples. I can do 3 bone, and I believe it's 2 flesh as well. Yeah, 2 flesh and 1 miasma. So this is what will help when we're working out all the profits and stuff on what for us is the best. So a miasma rune is 1.9k. Flesh rune is just under 1.1k, so that's going to make us, that's 2k per go. Bone rune 718, that's going to be 2.1. So for us, actually the best thing to runecraft is spirit runes, and when we take away the 350, so we're going to be making 2k per essence slot before we use a power burst. So that is another thing we're going to be looking at as well. So another item which is very good for runecrafting is a power burst of sorcery. What these basically do, when you consume the power burst, it will allow you to craft double runes. Now it is on a cooldown for every minute, so you might be able to fit in a trip before and then go back to the bank before going to do another dose. So they bought for 149k each, so that is a 4-dose sample. You're going to be roughly 37.5k for that. So those are the supplies and those are the rune prices. So what you're going to be needing next is your setup. So for me, I'll be using the ethereal outfit because it can hold onto some runes. I will also be using the City of book from the second tier of diaries. Now why this is important is because it leaves you unlimited teleports to the smithy, and the smithy is sort of the closest teleport possible to the actual runecrafting altar. I'm going to be summoning a Abyssal Titan, if I have any. No, so I need to pick some of those up. These can hold even more essence, so when you go into the altar, you've got your absolute ultimate amount of essence possible. I think with a full setup, and that's talking about the outfit and your familiar as well, you are pretty much looking about 100 essence you're taking to the altar at one time, which is pretty big. Right, so let's go to the bank. So we need to do a little bit with an action bar, so I need to find a spare action bar. Right, so we want to go to the smithy. Right, and here is your bank teleport. Right, so let's get this set up. So if I bank that, I want pouches. So you want all your normal pouches as well as your massive pouch. You want your Abyssal Titan summoned as well. Now what you can do with your presets, so if you go into your familiar Beast of Burden, there we go, it's already set up. So you can actually set up for your Beast of Burden to be automatically loaded with essence, which is what we want. So if we return to the bank, we're going to put in a power burst of sorcery, and then pretty much from there we are just going to fill with essence. So what we're going to do is drag our pouches onto the bar. So what that allows us to do, as soon as we bank, rather than like fill it by clicking automatically, we've got the option of just doing the key binds as well. And then we just need to save that as our preset, and that's it. We are ready to go. In terms of runs per hour, the wiki says you're going to roughly be around 90. Now, we all know, like, I am not the most, what's the word I'm thinking of, efficient person. So I'm going to put it down as 80 runs per hour. That still works out spirit runes to be a profit of 27.6 mil per hour, which is quite mad, really. Now, to get to the altar, it's just one click from the bank. You've got two options here. You can bladed dive and then dive, which I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to do. I'm simply just going to click it and then just run up and just do it that way, because that is how I play the game. I wish I was good and I could do things like that, but I definitely can't. But they've actually made quite a nice little update to this recently as well. It will point you in the direction of the last altar you runecrafted at. So if you wanted to surge or dive, you can actually do that as well. So this is the spirit altar. So when you get to the altar, you want to drink your power burst of sorcery, which will then put you on a 2-minute timer, walk in, and then you go, you've just runecrafted 1.5k of the runes. Now, another little tip as well, just to make it a little bit more, you can drag your into there, and then there you go, right click, and it can actually be a one click as well for the smithy as well. You go back there, here, press 1, fill up your pouches. Now you've got two options. Either you can do it like this, where you're just clicking. So you've got two options. You can either click through and then do it, or you can hit the bank, just right click and just fill, and then you click to the altar, and then you're going back again. Now, the two options are that you can wait for your power burst to run out, or you can just do a normal run, and then by the time you go back next time, your power burst should fully be available for you to do it again. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep runecrafting, and then whenever I get the chance, I'll use my power burst. But that's pretty, that's not too bad, to be fair. And what you can do as well, with the outfit, you can right click, fill from the bank, and then go from there, and I'll make you a little bit more as well. Now, what it's saying you're going to make per hour is you're going to use 8.1k essence per hour if you do something like 80 runs an hour, which is quite a lot of essence you're shifting as well. Really like decent amount. But the profit is here. It's been proven that like spirit runes, you fly through. If you use like the runes while like doing combat, you fly through them so quickly. You can understand like why they're in so much demand. It's because you use them so often. There we go. So if I just fill that, and then if I fill the pouches, and then if I click on the altar, and off we go. But even though we're talking about spirit runes, like let me just run you through like what the wiki roughly says for the rest of them. So this is going to be working off 80 runs per hour, which the wiki says you can do 90. I'm just going to take a little bit off it because this is what I think I can do. I'm not that try hard, I'm not that quick, and I'm not that efficient. So bone runes, you're looking at something like 24.7 mil profit per hour, which is still very like close to spirit runes. It's still very good. 24.7 mil profit is actually decent, and the XP you're getting as well is like quite understated. Bone runes is 122k per hour, and spirit runes for a level 1 rune is still 100k per hour. Flesh runes, again, 80 runs per hour for that, you're going to be making roughly 22.6 mil. And then miasma runes as well, with the 80 runs per hour, you're going to be making a price of 21.5. So for actual money per hour, they're all very consistent, which is quite weird. And I think it shows how well they balanced it out, that even in like using a level 1 rune to be the best option is actually not too bad at all. And one thing you can use as well, occasionally your pouches will degrade. If you have Lunas, you can just quickly use a spell. Now you will lose a little bit of time, but because we have filled our pouches, we're pretty much ready to go with one click from there. But yeah, do I believe the levels of that good? Yes. And to be fair as well, like probably at level 60, your best choice is miasma. Because the rate which all the bonuses and buff will describe at was probably be at like level 99 runecrafting, but level 60 to make the profit you're going to make from miasma runes is actually really, really good, and a lot of serious profit there as well. But the amount of spirit runes you make is absolutely mad. So the main question in the video was, is Necromancy Runecrafting dead, or is it still a very viable option? From a couple of trips here, I can definitely tell you it is a very, very viable option. It's probably more laid back than Abyssal Runecrafting, and the profit is crazy. All 4 methods are pretty much very similar, with spirit runes a little bit farther ahead. It just takes a little slight price shift in terms of bone runes or flesh runes for that to change. And it's quite amazing really that all 4 runes make over 20 mil GP profit per hour. And not even that, you could say that they make over 22 mil GP profit each per hour. Now, even when taking away things like your power bursts and your other stuff, that is just crazy profit. You're going to be over 20 mil minimum profit per hour while gaining a pretty decent rate of XP. I mean, at level 60, you're going to be making miasma runes. You'll be getting 163k XP per hour. At what point was runecrafting ever that quick at all, let alone like at level 60, which for me, the noob accounts, the bond account, they need a viable way to go and train like their runecrafting. I think I've found it. And one thing as well, the Tome of 2, I know like it's one of the first things people ever got on the Necromancy release. If you do not have it, definitely get it because it's got massive benefits. Not only does it help with you teleporting to the smithy for all the stuff you're going to do with her, it also gives you an increased 5% on top of making necroplasm, and it's going to be your ultimate teleport for getting to the city of to this side of the city, but also for runecrafting as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys have enjoyed the level of detail we've got on this one. The past couple of guides, things like the construction stuff and like the necromancy like items, I've gone into a bit more detail because I think you guys really enjoyed that. It's really a better video to expose everything and go into like all the little stuff. And I also like to have a little bit of a go as well, just show you guys that even I can do something like this. So if I can, you definitely can. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Once again, please leave me a like, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.